So so obviously we focus on our quality major, pressure ulcer, fall. Again, this is our fear when we start this program and stuff. I think our fear, why I say fear is because back before we start the culture change, we do have a lot of pressure ulcer, a lot of skin issue, and a lot of fall. So now that, we cutting back on not waking people up, not changing them, not get them to the bathroom every 2 hours, obviously to me it makes sense that our pressure ulcer and our fall are gonna increase. But you know what? That's not true. It is not true, and I will always stand by that because I'm very proud of all my team, and with this culture change that everyone put a full effort into this. We talk about this. Our pressure ulcer have decreased and our fall have decreased. And I think the reason why it have decreased for me and for us, what we see is that because you allow them to sleep. So when you allow them to sleep, it promotes healing. The body have time to heal. So when they also sleep, our people are more engaged during the daytime. They participate in therapy. They are able to enjoy their meal in a dining room. We don't give a lot of supplement. Our supplement also have cut down because again they more engaged, they more awake, they participate. So all those things help and allow our body to heal naturally. And with our fall number have also decreased. So since we start this culture change, what we noticed that in our own way, we go wake our people up every 2 hours. And again, because that's what we were taught. So now at 2 in the morning, I'm gonna go wake this individual up, because I have to change them, I have to check on them. And then 4 o'clock, I'm gonna go do the same things. And with our people who are having a hard time falling asleep, that now we wake them up a couple of times. One, they cannot go back to sleep. So when they cannot go back to sleep, what are they gonna try to do? They're gonna try to get up out of bed and therefore lead to the fall. Since we allow them to sleep on their own time, naturally, our fall number have decreased tremendously.
I do have to say that the residents now might not eat all 3 meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner during their day, because if they slept in and ate at 11:30, they're not necessarily hungry at lunchtime. However, their intake has greatly increased. We don't do near as many supplements throughout the day with different residents, which that is also good. And our weight loss has dramatically decreased, and we have very, very little weight loss.
When we started the Good Sleep initiative in the building, we started with one hallway or neighborhood. It gave us just a chance to really pinpoint and see what we needed to do moving forward. The first thing we did is we put out sleep studies and bowel and bladder assessments just for night shift. And that gave us a time to really break down when they were waking up naturally and when we needed to intervene and do some either repositioning or check and change. By the end of that first month, we had one hallway that was completely on a new program or initiative to only be woken up when they were naturally waking themselves to use the bathroom or when it was ultimately necessary for them to be check and changed. And the amount of improvement we've seen in people's sleeping, eating, everything was just astronomical within that first month, just doing it in one hallway.
Well, we really try to talk with the residents about their personal preferences and how they've done things at home. We ask them when they like to get up. Are they an early riser? Are they one of the people that likes to sleep in? Do they eat breakfast? Are they a wait until lunch kind of person? Same with going to bed and bedtime nights. Are you a person that typically goes to bed at 7 o'clock in the evening, or do you stay up and watch the news until 11 or so? And then we try to adjust our pill pastimes to that and make it more as if when they were getting their pills at home.
It helped a lot in the fact that we have made things where it's more tuned to our neighbors and what they want and how they want things. If they want to sleep in, they're not going to get woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. If they want to sleep till 9, We give them their meds at 9 o'clock if that's what time they want to get up. Same way, those that go to bed early get their medications early. Those that go to bed late get their medications late. It makes them a lot happier, makes it easier to move around the building. You're not always stressed trying to get medications to people by a certain time. We give it to them on their own time. And it's made a big difference. I've been doing this as a medication aide for 3 years. I've been at Westward Heights for 11 and a half years, and they're a lot happier. And it's a lot easier for me for time management as well. They're not getting their pills too early or too late that make them groggy or grouchy because they're not getting, pain medication per se on time. For them, what works for them.
And then with all those changes that we made, we also able to decrease amount of hours that required for the medication aid to be in our buildings. So prior to the project, to the culture change project, we schedule 16 hours a day for the medication aid. But as the time goes, the changes been made, things like that, so now we are able to schedule med aid to 11 hours instead of 16. So that's 5 hours a day, save in labor. So I mean, the overall picture of this, the residents get what they want is quality of life. That's what they want, less medication. And then our staff that work and life balance, because they get to go home sooner, they work less day, less hour, they happy. I mean, that was a win-win situation for everybody.
One of our things that we worked really hard on is our bonuses. So we used to give out bonuses for each shift if we were short-staffed or needed some extra people to come in and help. And so we would give them $10 to $15 to $20 extra an hour to come in on those times. And we have not had to do that, especially on our night shift. Our night shift was a huge part of that, to get people to come in, and that is because of the culture change. That is because we are not overworking our employees to where they just get so burnt out that they just can't do it, and that we had to pay them money, like so much money to come in. And so now we don't have to do that, and we're really excited. We've seen a huge change in that. The biggest number that we spent on that per year was $68,000. And so far in 2023, actually since September of 2022, we have not given out any of those bonuses. Our next thing that we worked really hard on and that we've seen an improvement in is our retention and our revolving door. So we were able to, I have some data here, we were able to look back at quarterly, and then we were able to look back at annually. So in the quarter in 2022, April, May, and June, we were retaining 69% of our employees. And that actually jumped up to 86% the third quarter of that year. So July, August, September. And we're very happy with those numbers. Then when we looked back on it annually in 2021, we've seen that we were retaining 68% of our employees. But then we looked back again at the last year since as of December 31st, 2022, and that number increased to we were retaining 75% of our employees. So we're really happy with that data, with those numbers, and it just makes a huge overall impact on the community that we have here. Another part that we've looked at, just as the administrator, I look into all sorts of different things, is our overtime, and that costs our building a lot of money. And so we are able to save in overtime hours. We were seeing 180 to 200 hours per week of overtime hours, and that was just in nursing. And so now we see an average about 120 hours, and so that has a huge impact on all of us, but really those employees that are working so hard and working all those hours, we don't want to see that burn out for our employees. So it's important that we keep that overtime, in a reasonable amount, and we are super happy with that. And it is really because of this culture change and able to see outcomes.
Yesterday was a better example than today. I woke up, but yesterday I slept probably till 9 o'clock, and I don't know whether anybody come in or I just woke up, and I get up and get myself ready, and then I come out and I go down to breakfast. Makes me feel like it was as if I was living at home. I lived on my own, so it's just about the same.